This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 417-200-4715. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructors, Vincent Finelli and Mark Wright.
USA Prepares, the radio program, and we are broadcasting live on KWTO 560 AM, the talk of the Ozarks, at Sound of Freedom Gun Range in Ozark, Missouri, and I'm here with the original survival economist, Vincent Finelli. How you doing today, Vincent?
Good afternoon, Mark Wright. Boy, that's a blast, isn't it?
This is fun. I mean, if you're listening out there to us, you're going to hear a gunshot or two in the background.
Yeah.
And people are in the indoor gun range. They're shooting. You know what I think we ought to do, Vincent?
What's that,
I
Mark?
think we ought to invite people to come out here with us, join us while we're live on the air. We'll be on the air for the next hour from 3 to 4. And afterwards, we're going to have food, refreshments, prizes. Tell the people what we're going to be giving away later on today.
Oh, well. Well, we're going to be giving away starters, a T-shirt, one of those coveted USA Prepares T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
There's a drawing for that. And Crashing the Dollar, we've got a couple copies of that. That was written by Craig Smith and Lowell Ponte. And we have a firearm that's going to be given away this weekend.
We do.
We do. And so we're going to be giving that away. And, of course, there's hot dogs and refreshments and potato chips and lots of information. So we're going to meet. Oh, by the way, we have some of our friends here, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
I think we have some friends here right now, and I think we're going to have more throughout the program, and especially after the program.
You bet. You bet. This is a meetup and and a field trip.
It is.
Hey, what are you wearing, Mark?
I am wearing, well, besides my tie and shirt and slacks.
Yeah, that's all I want to know. Don't get any farther than that. No, what's that on your? That's not what I meant. What is that on your hip?
That is a Springfield XD9.
Where'd you get
millimeter.
that? Where'd you get that?
Well, you know, I have an XDM personally, 9 millimeter, but I have a loaner today from Sound of Freedom Indoor Gun Range.
Yes.
And it's their Springfield Armory XDM. They are going to give away on Monday.
Let me see if I've got this right. So the firearm that you're wearing is the loaner that is going to be given away.
That's right. So if you want to come out here and put your name in that box, I'm looking at it from here.
Yeah.
Put your name in there. They're going to draw. How many are you going to give away, Brad?
We're going to give away one Springfield XDM.
Okay, they're going to give away one Springfield XDM on Monday. So come out here. I am modeling it. Doesn't it go great with my outfit?
Yeah.
Well, my pants are really dark, so it's kind of hard to see the gun because it's all black. But believe you me, it's here. You can come and touch it if you want.
I can see it from here.
Okay, well, and you can also get in a drawing for our T-shirt, right?
Yeah, all I have to do is fill out one of these tickets and drop it in the box, and we'll pick a winner probably around 5:30 or so.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sounds good to me.
Let's do that. Okay. Let's see. Can you remind me on Monday? I need to get a hard drive for our computer, our file server.
Remind you?
Yeah.
Where are you going to get that?
Where we always get it.
Where's that?
Renaissance Computer. You know,
that's right, Renaissance.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Campbell Road and Republic.
Uh-huh.
So right in the middle of the construction there.
Next to James River.
Yeah. So remind me to get our hard drive because you've been filling up the hard drive.
I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know.
And next Friday, we're going to be at Ziggy's Cafe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's over there at Glenstone and Battlefield, right next to Lamplighter. So we just throw that out there right now, and we'll talk more about that next week. But what about our good friends at Missouri Storm Shelters?
Yeah.
I have a good buddy of mine, Jim, just showed up.
Hey, how are you, Jim?
You heard us on the radio and came on out. We appreciate that. Did you bring your gun?
Oh, man.
He's got both of them. He's got two
guns
on. Oh, my gracious.
He's got 4 magazines.
And 4 magazines. I think he's loaded for bear. That's going to be fun.
Mark, let's talk about storm shelters for just a second.
I think we should.
Yeah, you and I have been there to Missouri Storm Shelters at their Nixon location. And, they're concerned about our safety, and their safe room doors open inward, and we talk about that. And that's kind of a neat feature because when there's debris that comes from a storm, it's a concern that debris would be against the door. And if it were against the door, it'd be hard to open the door outward. But their door opens inward. So that's a great feature. Boy, hear those gunshots?
Somebody's shooting an AR in there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your Missouri storm shelter can be installed for wheelchair access, and it has a bypass handle that permits anyone that's inside the shelter to exit the shelter in an emergency, including small children. So if you're thinking about that Joplin tornado that was measured at 198 miles an hour, Missouri storm shelters and safe rooms are tested to winds in excess of 250 miles an hour. That exceeds the EF5 rating. And their storm shelters exceed the FEMA 320 and 360 recommended standards. Each safe room carries a serial number and a seal assuring quality verification by the National Storm Shelter Association. Missouri Storm Shelters carries the largest selection of certified storm shelters in the world. 417-725-0055, 417-725-0055, MissouriStormShelters.com, MissouriStormShelters.com.
Vince, we had Bob Chapman on the radio yesterday, and he talked about what you can do to protect your investments and your money and your labor. And what was the number one thing that he said people should do?
He said they should buy a firearm and ammunition.
And he also talked a lot about precious metals,
he did.
Gold and silver. And we recommend Swiss America as one of the premier precious metals dealers in America today. And if you have an interest in learning more about precious metals, no obligation, you can visit SwissAmerica.com today and give them a call. They have an 800 number there online. Give them a call, and they'll send you some information. And I think precious metals is the way to go when you see the devaluation of the American dollar each and every day.
Right, and it goes hand in hand with firearms because if you have some, you just may want to protect it.
I think that's right. I think what we'll do right now is we are going to take a break, and after we come back, we have Brad Paul here of Sound of Freedom Indoor Gun Range at Ozark. Brad is going to tell us about all of the special deals that they got going on out here. The Independence Day weekend celebration, this is their first-year anniversary. I'm not going to give away all of the secrets, but when we come back after this brief break, we'll have Brad Paul of Sound of Freedom Indoor Gun Range, Ozark, Missouri. We'll be right back.
Watch the greenbacks tumble. Feel the starlight crop.
No whining. Only expert guests and seasoned opinions. Instruction that matters. At the controls, Vincent Finelli and Mark Wright.
And most certainly today there is no whining because we are at Sound of Freedom Indoor Gun Range in Ozark, Missouri, and we are having a great time. There's a lot of people out here on a Friday afternoon at a little after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Vincent. And why don't you welcome Brad Paul to the microphone today?
Brad, it's great to be here. It's great to have you at the microphone. And we're going to be talking about Sound of Freedom Gun Range in Ozark, Missouri. Brad, you're the general manager of this fine gun range. Let's start talking about guns. You've got, well, I'll tell you what, there's so many people here. It's incredible. Your counter is full of people buying products. I just can't get over it. It's wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about your gun range? What was it that got you started here, and what do you do best?
Well, that's more than one question at once there, but I'll see if I can figure out an answer. We just saw a need for shooters in the community for them to have a place to come and shoot that wasn't so far out of town, and maybe combined in some of the things like training with concealed carry and basic pistol and on up, and competitions and things like that, and our gun rental program, which you're noticing everybody over there like a bunch of sharks in a frenzy trying to pick out a gun to rent. So a lot of need around here for something like that, and in between the gunfire, I'll tell you that that's what brought us here. We saw the need, and we've made an attempt to fill it as best we can.
I'll tell you what, the firing range it looks like it's full. There's muzzle blasts going off all the time right here. This is just great. So how long is that range?
It's 25 yards.
Mm-hmm. And at a 25-yard range, what would I be shooting? If, let's say I were a novice and I had never fired before, would I be able to come here and shoot at a 25-yard target?
Well, of course you would. I can't say as to how well you would, how well your accuracy would be. Obviously, the further out you go, the more difficult it is. But very typical indoor gun range length is actually 50 feet. So 25 yards would be the second most common, I'd say. But 25 yards is very common for an indoor setting, and you can get most of the things you need to get done in that distance.
Yeah, a lot of people shoot 22 long rifles at 50 yards. So your range is quite long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you could shoot. A young person could come here with a 22 long rifle and just shoot at 50 yards, 25 yards, or 75 yards very easily. Correct?
No, that's actually incorrect. 25 yards is the maximum length. Yeah. So. And you can get a lot of practice in at 25 yards and break in new long guns, and we do shoot long guns here. We're primarily handguns. Most indoor gun ranges are, but we're actually special. We are more than capable. And the very first thing we shot here was a Barrett 50 caliber sniper rifle. That's how we roll. We got it off to a bang. Still have the casing, and it's about 4 inches tall. But the bullet stop will stop anything, and we do shoot large caliber weapons here all the time. We just ask that if you can, bring them in during the week if it's big. We shoot 223s all week long. But
yeah, Brad, I'm a member of your range, and I've been in here, and the first time I came in, I just brought my 9mm XDM, and I shot it, and I saw all these people around me with the ARs, and I thought, I can't believe that. I've never seen an indoor gun range that you could shoot these high-caliber rifles like here. And so, and I was in here the other day, and somebody had a 50 caliber Barrett, and it sounded like a doggone cannon was going off inside here.
We've got 2 separate ranges of 8 sections of 8 lanes each, and we try to separate the loud guys or the loud people onto one side, and then 9mm and under onto the other side. So it works out well, but I don't want to scare anybody off. We do shoot loud guns
fun.
here.
It is. But when you're in there shooting, it doesn't really bother you. But when you're out here, man, you can feel that reverberation from even outside of the range. It's amazing. Well, Brad, also let us know, tell the people out there, we have a lot of people in the listening audience right now. Tell them how to get here if they want to come in and what's going on today and this weekend.
Well, how to get here could not be easier. We're at the Lambert's exit. The Lambert's exit off 65 Highway and CC. It's the Fremont Hills exit. You take that exit and you go west to the Conoco and turn left again behind the Conoco, and then we're on the outer road right on 65 Highway, just south of CC.
Okay. Mark, I'm looking through the window to the lanes, and there's some young people here. I would say young teenagers with their parents.
That's awesome. I mean,
that's delightful.
It is.
There's an old saying, a family that shoots together stays together. And I think that's exactly right. Now, you are celebrating your 1-year anniversary this weekend.
That's true.
Is that today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
Well, we opened on July 2nd, but it's more of a weekend for us. We opened on July 4th weekend last year, and so this weekend will always be our anniversary. It's an anniversary weekend, so we're giving that gun away on the 4th at 4 o'clock to celebrate that, the XD9. So
I'm modeling it right now, so if you want to come in and take a look at it, you can touch it if you want to. Tell the folks some of the other special deals you got going on this weekend, too.
We've got a lot of good stuff going on. Starting right now, going all the way through Monday, we have half-price shooter fees. It's normally $15 to shoot for as long as you want, so half price is $7.50 is all it is to come in and shoot, plus
gas. Good deal.
We're doing $10 off all of our rental guns, which are already very, very fair price to start with. So $10 off our rental prices is a really good deal, too, to rent any gun you want. We're going to do $30 off in-stock guns. We're doing $89 concealed carry classes.
That's a